Good day. So, I've been having people asking me what I use for tools for my mall building, and I figure I'd go over a quick demo of what I have. I figure I'd start with the cutters. Well, let's face it, snippers are probably the most important tool in our arsenal as modelers. So we're going to take the two heavy-duty snippers and we'll put them off to the side for a second, and we're going to focus on these two guys. So I got a pair of guard hands and a pair of Desided, I cannot say it, but single blade nippers, as you can see here. I do apologize for the camera and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I need to get a better camera arm to hold it. For now, we'll just have to do with this. So I want to talk about the guard hands first. I've had about 4 pairs of guard hands now, and I will fully admit they are great cutters. They do a wonderful job, but they're extremely flimsy. As you can see right here, the blade itself is quite thin, and I find whatever material they use to make these in isn't as durable as the other pair of snippers I have that are fine cutting. So, just to demonstrate, let me just grab something here. I can give you a quick look, see. So, as you can see with these guys, you do never want to cut up here. You want to cut right next. Give it a little bit extra and just snip through it. They'll go for like butter, especially when they're brand new. They're just like butter. And I can actually get right in and just clean cut right through. As you can see, no stretch marks at all. But again, you have to be very careful with these. You cannot allow them to bend or twist as you cut. So if you try to cut something big like this, there's a chance that they'll twist and they would literally snap on this side. I have broken about 3 pairs of guard hands now since I've started model making. Again, I'm not going to condone, if you're in a place that you can easily get them replaced, that's one thing, but they're very expensive for a pair of snippers that I find can easily break. They're not worth the $100 they are at most retailers. My suggestion though is these guys. Now, I find that these guys are really nice. They have a nice holder, unlike the guard hands. The guard hands just give you a piece of felt to go around them, but these guys, they give you a leather container. But this is the most key part. It's actually a slip or sleeve. That way, if they drop or break or even you bounce them around, no worries. They go in your kit bag, whatnot, no problems at all. And they have an extremely nice clean cut. These ones I've been using for about 6 months now, and they still just slide through like butter. Like literally, I just snipped both of those. I actually have to pull it out. As you see here, not a nub mark. Almost left. Still needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but there's no stress of the plastic. It's nice and clean. Now, I really suggest getting a pair of these. These are on eBay. I got them for about 60 bucks. Well worth every penny. Now, with any of the snippers, you will have to look into oiling them, because as you can see here, us touching them causes a little bit of rust and stuff on them. So that's the problem there. Oop. Might help if I put that back on, eh? But when you box here, as you see, I'll do a quick little unboxing here. This is my backup pair, 2.0, and the Ghostbuster approved. That's very important to me. Well, I guess they recycled too. I guess that's a little bit important. But no, Ghostbusters! Ha ha! Look at that. Come on, that's cool. Silly, but cool. So, in the box, you get your holder. This is the leather sleeve they give you. The snippers themselves, as you see, there is a big difference between the old and the new. Now, these new ones, I have coated them in a new type of protection that I'm going to try for oil base. It's actually the stuff they use for undercoating cars when they do the undercoating. They also give you the readjustment tool. Don't lose that. You'll need that down the road as they get worn down slowly. And in the back somewhere, I think it's underneath, is the, they give you, oh no, sorry, it's in here. They give you the holder for it. To protect it. Protector. Let's call it protector, yeah. That's a better word for it. That's it for my fine cutters. Now, if you want to just go for a piece of plastic and you're just trying to cut something big, these are the two I'd suggest. They're both from Tamiya. I got the 35 mil for doing more heavy duty stuff. Now these will stretch your plastic, so don't, I mean, this is okay if you're going to cut off a runner. Make sure to be away from them. Again, I've coated these with the new stuff, and they're much more heavier duty. As you can see here with, let me just grab a runner here. They'll just pull right through. But again, they will stretch. They do a nice clean job. They can go for the bigger stuff too, no problem. And they can even go for the bigger stuff, but I don't really like using for this. These ones I mostly use for smaller or my poly caps. Because I find with these ones, they don't do a very great job with poly caps compared to these guys. These guys are nice cut clean. Now, that covers that portion of it. And I want to keep these guys handy because I'm moving on. Now, I've been also asked, what do I use for filing? So what I'm going to do here is going to use these guys. I'm going to clip away from the piece. So this is the standard you should be doing if you have to cut a piece off. You don't have a nice pair of guard hands. Now you could trim this down a bit more to get it closer, but as you see here, there's nice white nubs right there. What I use for filing are these guys. Again, Tamiya, I've been liking this stuff. I got the 69 file, crafting tool file, and then I got the 70, which I haven't got a chance to use it, but it's a round file. I figured that might be really good for doing tight spaces. Again, they will turn rusty after time of you touching them, because let's face it, your fingers do that. So as you see, I got a fair bit of nub left. Well, say goodbye to it. These guys will eat through really fast. You see here, nice clean. Does need to be a little touched up more. Again, they just eat right through the plastic. If you know, they will go right through the plastic of what you're working on. So always be gentle with them. There we go, that's a much better look. This one I messed up. So pay attention. See here, nice and clean. Now to clean these guys, basic tool, your sleeve. Oh. They have grooves in them, and I find the grooves cut right into the plastic and it'll eat away quickly. Now for fine, very fine cleaning up, I suggest this. Get them at the dollar store. They're $1.25. They do seven layers. So they're very good for cleaning up the heavy stuff down to the fine stuff, and we'll do a nice polish. This is actually designed for polishing nails, but I find it work really good for platinum models. So that's another use. Now on to the weird stuff. And you're like, wait, that's not weird enough? Yes, no, now we got enough. Are these. So, you're wondering, what the heck is this? Well, this is just basic paper towel I cut into small strips for cleaning my paintbrushes and whatnot. And these are Q-tips. Basic Q-tips. Then I also like these guys for mixing paints. You're like, where can I get those? Well, these are at Wendy's. You get these at Wendy's, the little ketchup cups. That's what I use. Great for mixing paint, the plastic, and the work rate. Now, people are like, why do you have Q-tips? Well, here's the tomato. Wow, tomato? Tamiya's panel liner. So you can hear I got a rattle going in my mind. What I did was I put a couple little BBs inside. Metal BBs. I find it works for helping break them up. Now with the Tamiya paint, or Tamiya panel liner, you have to be a little bit careful. Because if you're not, all this is filled with paint. And if you watch, you probably almost see it. Let me just put that right behind it. But there's a nice big glob starting to form right at the bottom of it. So what I do to get rid of the globs is you just tap it down onto the thing. But you gotta watch it. When you're using it, and you're not careful, your blob can blob right over top of everything. But a basic little touch. And you know, I'm not too worried about messing up the lines any. Because I can go back and clean that up. Now what you do have to be careful of is trying to get down into these pieces. What I do is I stop top and let the paint do the job for me. There we go. Now I'm going to put that off to the side for a little bit and let that do its thing. Now never dab it inside there. And then again, just keep feeding on top of it. Doesn't do as fine a job. You can't, if you make it a little more milkier, you do a little bit better job. But again, just do it up. And these are going to need that slightly more milkier. There we go. And put that off the side. Now, another thing you can do is a neat trick. So you notice you usually have these vents on the models. What I do to get a cool vent mold, you take it and you just take the paint, you just put it right into the vent. Just slob it in. Don't be scared. It's not going to bite you. Wait a few seconds and then you take a piece of paper towel, put it against your thumb. There we go. Now you're like, oh, that looks a little bit sloppy. Well, because it is. So I take a little bit of paint thinner, dab it onto the Q-tip, I roll it off, and I just go through and clean it up a little bit. And then that gives you a good, clean, top to bottom look. That's how I do that. Now, I know I'll probably cover up a lot of information in one thing, but we're continuing on. I'm trying to do this all one take. So I apologize, but I don't have video editing software that works well yet. I have to get some. It's on my list of things I can't afford at the moment. I'll do a full video later of the whole room and go over all the little details, stuff like that. Again, just go back, Q-tip, dip it off, clean it up, give it a quick wipe down. There you go. Clean panel lines. I could do a little bit better job, but again, I'm not trying to be fancy dancy right now. I'm just trying to give you folks the information. There we go. With the bigger panel lines, I find the paint works better. For fine panel lines, the panel liner works just great. Sometimes I choose to do the paint over the panel liner because I find the paint does a better job. Okay, that covers that. Moving on to couple last things. So if you're going to be spray painting, these are key. They're just great for spray painting, holding the product. You can do, and if you get one of those little cat scratching mats that are made of the cardboard, just pop that in, it's good to go. Alright, what else did I want to cover? Oh yes, one more thing I want to go over. So we'll paint one more time. Now let's say if you're doing a line right here, as you see here I have this line, I'm going to try to paint it. But oh no, I slopped over. Oh no, I made a big mess. That's not a problem. You let it dry for a minute or so. Now you can use the Q-tip, but sometimes the Q-tip will pull off too much paint. But if you let the paint dry to a point, you can literally take a wood toothpick, wood, not bamboo, pay the extra $2, get the nice wood ones. And you can use that to go through and just scrape away before the paint fully dries any excess. and that can take care of the bulk. Then you can go back through with a Q-tip and just clean up the extra, and not have to worry about accidentally taking out what you put it in. I think that covers everything I want to go over on this first video. I will post this on YouTube and on my Facebook groups, maybe even post on Twitter. Again, this is me trying this with a imitation GoPro instead of my cell phone for a change. If you have any questions, let me know about the tools or where to get them. And thank you for watching. Take care and subscribe, please. Let's try that again without the dog hair. Subscribe, please.